Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kath, and in this channel I share all my experience about being here in Canada. So if you like that kind of content, please do subscribe to my channel and like this video. Hey guys, it's been a long time since I posted. If you are regular here, you know it's been a long time, and I am so happy to be here in front of you, to show up in front of you guys. And you know what? I've been working my ass off to get on board on our channel an RCIC, a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, to be here to answer your questions. And wow, guys, I did. So I have invited an RCIC here. We're gonna answer your questions. I am so excited. I'm just so excited for you guys to meet her and to share what she knows. Legit information coming from a legit RCIC. You know what? She's also accepting one-on-one coaching. So if you want to connect with her, I'll add her email in my description box below, or you can message me directly so that I could connect both of you. All right, so this is the first video of our long interview or long discussion. I'm gonna post the second half of the interview by next week. So you gotta subscribe and hit that notification bell below so that you know when I am posting my video. All right, guys, let's do this. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And as I promised, I have here a regulated Canadian immigration consultant with me to answer all the questions you've sent to me. I've invited her because she also experienced what I and you are experiencing. So she was also an international student before she became RCIC. She has been in the industry, immigration industry and international education industry for about 3 years. And now that she's thriving in her industry, she also wants to see you and me to thrive here in Canada. And that's why she's here. Hello, Miss Carla.
Hi, Kath.
Oh, so how are you? How are you?
Okay naman. Thank you for inviting me. And
Welcome. And it's our pleasure then to have you here. Lalo na at mga aking audience here, they have a lot of questions, and I believe you can help them. Carla here as well, she's accepting one-on-one consultation. I have her information in my description box below, so if you want to reach out, just check that out. Miss Carla, thank you so much for being here. Could you tell us a little bit more about yourself para lang, kilala ka ng ating mga audience?
yes. Introduce yourself, ganyan. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Carla. Basically, I'm an regulated Canadian immigration consultant, but before that, I was an international student just like you guys. But that was, more than 8 years ago. So basically, I came here in Canada, in Vancouver, more than 8 years ago. So I did most of you guys are doing right now. So study pathway, right? So during that time, actually hindi pa ganito kaluwag ang government, right? Because we changed administration during that time. So I actually did a 1 year program lang during that time. Then I just decide because I was still thinking na, oh, am I gonna stay here, right? We want to see, want to
You're not sure, yeah.
yeah, you're not sure. And then I decided now, you know what? It's a good country, a place to live and to really, build your career. So just made my way to residency, and I actually studied postgraduate in hospitality management. So even in the Philippines, yun na talaga yung background ko for a very long time. But then after, I got my residency, I decided to take entrepreneurship, right? Actually, lahat naman tayo parang gustong mag-upgrade after we got our residency, di ba?
Yes, may ganung portion.
May ganun factor, di ba?
Yung friend ko dahil
Hmm.
PR nila, parang gusto na nilang Mag-school
Mhm.
mag ganito ulit.
Yeah, so kasi of course you got to be competitive in a different country, right? So I studied that. After I studied entrepreneurship, it feels like, it's not enough for me because I've been in and out of the country for a while. So feeling ko naman noon, I understand about immigration and those stuff. And I just like you give free advices, 'di ba? Like kasi nagtatanong, okay, just come here, ganito ganyan, right? So I decided to finally take immigration program, right? So I did that actually during the pandemic. So 2020, I took a big risk. I would say a big risk because it's very different from what I'm used to doing. So feeling ko nandun lang yung passion, right? And then so I took that from University of British Columbia. So after that program, took the licensing, right? And then I started working in an immigration company as well. We also focus on international education. So talagang feeling ko nandun yung path, right? International students. And then of course you just, make yourself more credible and more professional by studying and getting, of course, license.
Yeah.
So finally, last year, after, this is 2 years of work, 2 years of work to even get your license. So finally, last year, it's official. And I'm excited to really build this career even further.
Super helpful din to sa mga international students
Mhm.
and lalo na sa community natin, Filipino community na andito na sa Canada and
Mhm.
need to help for their for their application stuff. So
Mhm.
yes, thank you for doing that for us.
Yeah. I hope I can reach out, of course, to more because I think also the reason that I decided to really take on full immigration is because, during that 3 years, right, you keep hearing stories where, oh, we didn't know that our school is not, PGWP eligible.
Of
I mean, I've
course,
been
always.
there. Yeah, I've been there as well, guys. So that's why when I, suggest a path for a student, I made sure that hey, what is your end goal, right? To really guide them and to really share with them what are the pros and cons of the actions that they're going to take. I think a lot of stories I hear as well is that they pay so much money.
Yes.
Right? They invest so much money before they even come here, which is sometimes not reasonable already. Yeah.
And my sister experienced that as well and it was not fun. That's why I kind of DIY
Mhm.
of my
Yeah.
application.
A lot of people are choosing, DIYs because there's a lot of investment dun pa lang sa unang step when applying, right? Do, agency sa Philippines before. And then when you come here, you get to know a lot about the industry and what's reasonable and not. So, man, kasi a lot of us in the Filipino community, we really want to come here to make our lives better. And then pagdating nila dito, they invested so much and then hindi nila alam na ganito pala yung ina-expect nila, So,
Yun din ang dahilan kung bakit ako nag-YouTube channel. Hindi
mhm.
naman sobrang saklap yung nangyari sa akin pagkarating ko dito kasi andito yung ate ko to
Mhm.
help me, to guide me. But I know like some of my classmates, some of my friends na dito ko nakilala. It
Mhm.
was like a horror movie for them.
Figuring things out alone,
Yes.
diba? Same as me, right? Like, figuring things out alone. But the thing is, the key is preparation. Before you come here, you do research. Even if you have a consultant, you don't rely on consultant 100%. So you have to do your research, what to expect here.
Mhm.
It's good to talk to people who's already here, but then again, you have to set the boundary where their situation is different from yours because sometimes when we do DIY, right, we always rely on, oh, sabi ni ganito, sabi ni ganyan, di ba? Which is sometimes is not applicable to you.
Yeah.
Right? And then siguro yun din yung mga unreasonable fees kaya napipilitan yung isang student na mag-DIY because of course it's a lot of money, right? But then the risk of doing it alone,
Mhm.
I think mas riskier yon.
That's true. Okay. Huwag na nating patagalin. Let's answer the question. So here is the first question. Sabi ni Grace Moleno, Hi po, just stumbled upon your channel and I find the videos very informative. I applied for a PR but decided to try the student route as well. Malaki po ba chances of rejection ko if may PR profile ako?
Mhm.
Ako? Ano po ang name ng educational institution nyo? And then, same kind of question from Zan Julian. Does creating EE profile or express entry profile affect the approval of your student permit? Which one is better, creating an EE profile to assess your CRS points before applying for study permit or the other way around?
Mhm.
So, parang basically, ang question nila is, maapektuhan ba yung application nila for student visa or for student visa if they also lodge an EE application?
You can actually apply for different streams, right? Kasi applying for express entry is basically permanent resident, and then applying for student study permit is two different things, right? When you ask us, oh, malaki po ba ang chances? To be honest, we cannot really say that as a part of our compliance, right? Because as you know, RCICs, we cannot promise our clients, hey, you're gonna get approved, or oh, you have a bigger chance, because what if we say that and then the visa officer decided, okay, we don't want you, right? So as a part of our compliance, we cannot really answer that. So the next question is, can you check your scores, right, by creating an EE profile? Actually, you can check your scores without even creating an express entry profile, right? Meron sa website lang na how to check your CRS scores. And by that, it's not even the exact scores. It may not be the exact scores, right? Kasi syempre, you really have to enter the pool or consult a consultant to really know where you stand. But at least that will give you enough idea if mas malaki ba yung chances mo, depending on your scores sa express entry, or you go to the study pathway route.
Mhm.
So for that, to answer, yes, you can apply for both different streams,
At the same
but we cannot say like what are your how big is the chance, right? Because every application, every individual, even spouses, right? Magkaiba yan ng kumbaga ng situations.
time.
So it's always suggested, hey, to assess you individually rather than saying how big is your chance ng wala kaming information. So
So yeah. Just to add the CRS points, how you get your CRS points. I do have the link in my description box below. You can check that out after this video. Okay, so we go to the next question. So I think this is because of the new update from C about the visa application. So one messaged me about if meron bang catch doon sa shinare na visa free na sa Canada, and do you still need to show money for a student visa? Yes. Okay.
yung first
So
question,
first
what,
muna, first
yeah,
muna, may
what
catch
is the catch? Yeah. First of all, if you really read the article, it's not visa free. So
yeah.
that itself is,
Yeah.
most people just post it as a visa free, right? For so many reasons that we all know why. So basically, yung visa free na yon is only for people who has a previous Canadian visa already or US visa. So
Mhm.
either or. Hindi siya, may mga nagtatanong din saan, oh, do you need both? No, you don't need both. You just need either or. Right? So
Mhm.
basically, yung mga napagbigyan na sa Canada and US, naman, Canada and US has a very strong relationship, right? So pagbibigyan din nilang makapasok in an easier way, which is ETA only, that costs how much? Like $7. $7 or a little bit more, and will be, you know when you're approved in few minutes, right? So this is just to encourage previous visitors already or previous visa holder to come to Canada,
Yeah.
right? For reasons like, let's say, economy, 'di ba? So lahat siya nagbabawi naman after pandemic, but the catch is it's not visa free.
Not visa
If
free.
you if you've never had any US visa or Canadian visa before, then you should apply as the
The
original,
new, yeah.
yeah, the original way of applying for a temporary resident visa. But if you have it, then the government just, make it easier for you guys to come again.
Itong visa na to, visa lang siya. You can't work or study. Kasi
No.
you have to have a permit.
Yeah, so basically TRV, temporary resident visa, yun yung visitor visa ng
Mm.
lahat,
Mhm.
right? Wala siyang any other visa. So that is, I think, our difference from other country kasi 'di ba yung iba, oh, merong fancy visa, merong tourist visa, merong business visa. Here in
Yeah.
Canada, you only have temporary resident visa.
Yeah.
And I also want to mention, kasi yun nga, you asked me, oh, if you have TRV, what can you do? You cannot do anything.
Just
Kasi it's
visit.
only TRV,
Yeah.
visitor ka lang, right? What gives you the right to do something here is the permit. So
Mm.
those are two different things. Permit and visa are two different things. So basically, if let's say you have a permit, right? Study permit, then it allows you to study here legally.
Mhm.
Now, if your TRV expires, right, your TRV expires, so you can still continue to study. You can go out of the country, but if you don't have any valid TRV, you cannot go back. So
Mhm.
yung TRV mo is your entry to come in and out of Canada. Your permit is your legal authorization to do something here in Canada. Because I think those two, even that's a very, very simple concept, right? But still, a lot of people who's not in the industry don't understand.
Yeah, it can be confusing kasi parang
Mhm.
one entity lang siya. Ganun. Parang
Yeah,
sa Canada pa na ako, ba't kailangan ko pa ng permit? Parang ganun.
yeah, exactly. Or may permit ako, I can go in and out. No, right? So nababasa actually, nababasa and napapanood din namin yan sa ibang vlogs, right? When there is called misinformation, I would say, right? Na meron doon TRV and permit, parang they mention it as just one, right? But no, it's not one.
It's not
So
one.
those are two different things. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, thank you. And the second question under that is, do you still need to show money for student visa?
Yes. Of course, yes. 'Di ba? That's automatic. That's not even a question, right? So when you come to Canada, especially when you want to study, you should prove that you can support yourself financially and you're not going to be a burden to Canada. 'Di ba? So now, why do you need to show proof? It's because you come here to Canada and you ask the government to allow you to study, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not to benefit from all the government benefits, basically. So now you really have to prove that you have enough funds to support yourself in whatever how long the duration of your study, plus of course your living expenses.
Yeah.
Right? So yes, you always have to prove that you have sufficient funds.
Yes. Hear that?
Mhm.
Okay, so let's go to the next question. Sabi ni Rai Day Vlog, thank you for your video. It's really helpful. Ask ko lang po sana kung okay lang ba kumuha ng program na hindi related sa natapos mo here in Philippines. Graduate kasi ako management accounting and planning to get a program sana na related sa multimedia arts. Is that okay po ba? And then another one asked if she could apply for healthcare assistance even though I graduated with something, a different degree. Thank you for answer. So ayun, do I need to take related program from my previous education slash career? Basically, ganun yung gusto nilang itanong.
Mhm. So for me, as an international educations planner, I always suggest to take a program related on your previous education or job, right? Or career. So hindi naman kasi lahat ng like students is nagtatrabaho sa career na pinagraduate nila, right? So when they want to come here and we do the assessments, I always suggest, it has to be related. Now, can they still come here even if it's not related? Yes, they can, right? But to me, it's just, you're just proving that you have a goal when you come here. like you have a plan, you have a direction, right? Because like I always tell like my students as well, now when you come here you got to prove a lot, right? First of all, your intention. Your intention of coming here, of studying here, not just financial proof or anything like that, because sometimes even if you have financial proof but the officer doesn't believe that you have a good intention of studying here, they're going to deny you, because we've seen that already, right? So for us, we really want to lead, applicants, students in the right direction dun pa lang sa application nila from school. So if you are able to prove why this program, why this school, why this career is what you've chosen, then basically you've done the first challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to take a different career other than what your previous career is, then you have to prove more
Yeah.
why you want to change your career.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible, but the thing is, if you want to prove a little bit less, di ba? Parang make your life easy. Di
Yeah.
ba? Make your life easy. You can always change your career once you get your permanent residence, but dun pa lang sa entry to Canada, you want to make your life a little bit easier. And you want to avoid the visa officer to find loophole or to find things that they can question you.
Next question is do
Does
we have to study in the same college for the two programs that we will take?
That's a very vague question. So why would you take two programs? Right?
Yeah.
So I think I assume na magtitake ka lang ng two programs, of course, if originally you only enrolled in 1 year program,
Mm,
right? And then you realize that you're not going to get the 3 year PGWP if it's not a 2 year program. That's why, we always suggest as well to get a 2 year program para makuha mo yung maximum PGWP years. So I assume yung question na yan is related to that.
mhm.
So basically, if you plan on taking another 1 year program, doesn't matter which school is. But
Yeah.
that's very rare to happen, right? So most likely, doon na lang din nila sa school na yon itutuloy yung another program.
Mhm.
But yeah, it does not matter um, where you take the other program. So as long as it equals to 2 years, then you can apply for the 3 year PGWP.
It should be DLI, of
Yes,
course,
yes,
and
still.
a program that provides PGWP.
Yeah. Mhm.
And also, they have to let RICC know that you're going to change colleges.
Yes, exactly.
And where are they going to notify RICC?
So basically, if you apply on your own, then on your portal, you can update there your status, your information. But if you basically seek professional guidance, right, from immigration consultants or agency, actually, agency cannot really do that for you if they don't have an immigration consultant, right? So if you have an immigration consultant, then they make your portal.
Mhm.
You have to notify your consultant or the agency that has an immigration consultant to update your information on the portal.
Right. Okay. The portal, it's the GC key account.
Yeah, on the CICC website. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Now you know, guys. And she also asked, what will happen po if the study permit expires while you are still not enrolled in the second program?
Your program end date, your last day of class, right, is always different. If you notice it, right, it's always different from the study permit expiry. Okay, so you have at least 90 days of validity on your study permit after your program ends. So within that grace period, right, you are legally allowed to, of course, stay in Canada, right, and to figure out what you want to do. If you plan to, take another course or extend your program, right, you must extend your permit as well. Okay, so there's no such thing as renewal here. It's always extension, right? But in order for you to extend your permit, you must be enrolled first.
Yeah.
Okay, so walang basis ng extension or renewal if you're not enrolled in a course or, in any program,
Yeah.
right? So unang step is to enroll first.
Yeah.
And we suggest that even before your current program ends, you have to take a look at other programs already. Sometimes my waiting list then, right? So you
Yes.
gotta be proactive, basically.
Yes, and on my experience,
Mm.
I only took 1 year at first, and then decided to take another 1 year program
Mm.
um, while I'm still studying. Kasi ubusan, like
Mm.
some people, like hindi lang ikaw yung naghahanap ng program, naghahanap ng school. There's also those people who are not yet in Canada. So you have to be proactive and always take a look on a college and a program that you want or you're planning to get.
Yeah, and I think that is also the reason why, like in my practice, I always suggest 2 year, 'di ba? Para wala ka nang iisipin when you come here and you already parang naka-reserve na yung seat mo.
Yes.
However, syempre hindi naman lahat ng situation is the same. Sometimes, some students are having financial difficulty or they're not really sure if they can, finish a 2 year program. So they just try, 'di ba, and see dun sa 1 year program muna.
Mm-hmm.
That can also be possible, right? But in order for you na siguro less headache na lang,
Yeah.
just take the 2 year program.
Yeah, 'cause it was a lot of headache for me because I did everything by myself, like extension and stuff. So
Mhm.
yes, but okay lang. Tapos na.
Doable.
Doable. Okay, let's go to the next question.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you learned from this discussion that I had with Carla. And just to remind you guys, we do have the other half of the interview. It's gonna be posted on the date, in that date. So make sure to hit the notification below, subscribe, like this video, support me so that I could post more of this video. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. I love you.